My name is Andrew Tyre. I'm the CEO of and founder of a company called Subbit, which we could talk about later. But I'm also a blockchain consultant. So essentially what that means is that I work on a number of ICO projects with other companies that are interested in getting to the ICO space or have already launched ICO projects. And I consult with them on various levels, from investment to finding investors to creating a good strategy to work with the blockchain community and tokenization, how they can get their business tokenized in an effective way, and that's basically it. It's funny, I haven't even been in this space for that long, so I've been in the blockchain space for about 2 years now, which is any other industry you'd be a relative newbie. In the blockchain industry, that's a fair amount of legs. It's funny, I was speaking with a guy who I'm going to be interviewing later on today, and he's been in blockchain since the start, obviously. So since 2009 he was involved in Bitcoin, and he's 3 years younger than me.
Who's that?
That's James Howells.
What are you working on?
Well, he's basically the guy. I don't know if you've heard the story, but he had 7,500 Bitcoin that he had mined from the early days that he lost on a hard drive.
I think I have heard of this guy.
Yeah, it's in a landfill in Wales.
No!
Yeah, so he's trying to essentially buy the landfill, or at least buy the rights to search it, to search it and reclaim these 7,500 Bitcoin, which equates to about $80 million at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to help him look?
If I can get a cart, yeah, I'm all for it. If he's going to give me a fair enough cart, I'll put on the whole, protective radioactive suit, and I'll swim in that.
Please, can you tell me about which other cryptos to watch and why?
Which other cryptos to watch and why? Well, first of all, the cryptocurrency space is volatile, and it's everything that you said. It's all of those things, and I think that's one of the things that makes it such an attractive market for so many people, because volatility does breed opportunity that really steady markets just don't give you. In terms of cryptocurrencies that I'm really excited about, I would say Ethereum's definitely one to watch. It's obviously been there for the longest time, but it is growing now. ICOs are growing, and there's a lot of competitors, but I think Ethereum has given themselves the network effect, where they've built up enough steam behind them where it just makes sense that you launch your ICO on the Ethereum blockchain. So I think they're going to continue to grow and continue to dominate. Ones that I'm excited about that maybe are a little more understated, I would say Liske is quite interesting to watch.
Tell me about them.
Liske is another decentralized applications platform. So they work in quite a similar way to Ethereum. They allow for more programming languages, as does ADA. Then you've got the smaller transactions, which I think private anything that offers privacy on the blockchain, so private transactions, is a really interesting find for me personally.
Which platforms do that?
Monero does it really well, has been doing it for the longest time. And there's another one that's quite new that the name evades me at the moment. But Monero is the one that normally people go to if they want a private transaction on the blockchain. And I think that will always have a really valuable space for people wanting to transact.
So if I'm a junior investor, I'm new to the space, say I'm under age 30, got about 5-10 grand that I'd like to invest in crypto because it's up and coming, because it's volatile and there are opportunities, what would you advise me?
I'd say put 60% of your funds in Bitcoin. I always say that. I think volatility is nice, but I think Bitcoin remains the stalwart of the cryptocurrency space. It's the most steady, so even in its current volatility, it's less volatile because all of the other coins are reacting from Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin rises, they go up a bit. If Bitcoin falls, they completely dump. So you're better off having Bitcoin. It's the coin that you acquire. It's like the mother coin, so to speak. I think my perspective is that anyone coming from the outside, and let's talk about, like, for instance, what happened in December when we had the CME, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, and the CBOE buy into Bitcoin. They could only do that with a currency that's A, big enough, but B, has got a bit of history, and C is beginning to show some maturity. Now, if we all jump ship from Bitcoin, then there's no entry point for bigger investors and these large institutions to start placing their funds within the economy. So Bitcoin has to, in my personal opinion, Bitcoin has to remain as the kind of the entry point, the entry drug, so to speak, to the cryptocurrency space. And then once you're in there, there's other ways to kind of speculate and acquire more funds.
And the rest of my 40%, where do I invest that?
I'd put 20% in Ethereum. I'm going to sound really traditional here. I'd put some in Litecoin. These are the old school ones, and then I would speculate on the rest of it. So I like larger coins. I don't like putting stuff in medium cap or small cap coins, because you shouldn't do that unless really you're a day trader, in my opinion. Because as fast as they can rise, they can fall within, and then you've lost all your gains. So in my opinion, I would go for, I'd put some money in ADA. That's looking pretty cool at the moment. Tron's looking quite exciting. They've dumped quite a bit. I've always had a little thing for Walton coin, which is quite a smallish coin, but I've always had a little bit of a thing for them.
Tell me about them. What's unique about them?
They have the RFID technology, so that's the infrared technology, which they're kind of like pairing with blockchain, and they've got a few links in the retail space, and they're very proactive, and that's one of the things. I think if you're going to invest in a coin, don't invest in a coin, invest in a project, invest in a team, invest in what they're doing, how proactive they are. The reason Ethereum has been so successful is not because they created a really cool decentralized applications platform. It's because Vitalik Buterin is a relentless marketer. He goes around the world and he tells people about the Ethereum project, get on the Ethereum project, this is how you can do this with it, this is how you can do that with it, and he literally coaches companies onto the platform. So it's that approach. When you see companies with that kind of leadership and that kind of visionary outlook, they're the ones that are going to grow over time.
Can you tell me about Subbit?
Thank you very much. I get to talk about Subbit now, fantastic. So, you asked me earlier which coins to look out for. I didn't want to be a shill and just go straight for the jugular, but Subbit is our platform, and honestly, we've created the most fantastic, in our opinion, we've created the most fantastic opportunity for people in the cryptocurrency space to spend their cryptocurrency. Subbit essentially is a subscription platform. So it's a marketplace for subscriptions, and it allows you as a user or you as a business to create a subscription out of virtually any product or service. Virtually any product or service. So what we've done to support that is we've created loads of tools and voucher collection systems, so that regardless of what kind of service you offer, you can now turn to your customers and you can offer them a subscription service, which obviously is much better for you as a business and better for them as a customer if you offer them some kind of a loyalty or a discount. And the fantastic thing about it is we've created a marketplace around it, so people will hold onto an app which follows them around basically. So once they're on one subscription, they've now got that tool and they can jump onto any of them. And because we've created our own marketplace, we're not reliant on the... So at the moment, if you want to spend crypto, essentially, there's a lot of companies out there that have tried to make crypto spendable by creating these credit cards and debit cards, but the merchants and the owners of these card systems, people like Visa and MasterCard, they're not very fond of cryptocurrency, as you can see, and they can just block you. So in essence, we're still relying on fiat to get the cryptocurrency spendable. We're building our own marketplace. So once we have large vendors and all people's favorite flavors on the Subbit platform, you'll be able to use essentially any cryptocurrency you like as credit on the Subbit platform to pay for the things that you love.